So when you're starting FPV, it can be a little bit complicated and overwhelming to find your first drone. For me, I knew that I wanted to start off doing either freestyle or cinematic flying, so I went with a 5-inch. And if you want to do more fast flying or racing, you can go with like a racer drone. Now on top of this, you have other types of drones. If you think you're going to break something, or if you don't feel confident with a 5-inch, then you can always start off with like a 3-inch or a Cinewhoop. When you're choosing your drone, it all depends on your budget, what you want to do, and make sure to future-proof it. Now, when you're buying your drone, you just need to make sure that you're getting the drone that you actually will use in the future. Let's say instead of buying a small tiny whoop and using it for a few months and then you grow out of it and it's put up on a shelf and you're never going to use it again. Now for me, that just doesn't sound like something I would want to do. I would want to start off on either a 5-inch drone and just be careful with it so I can always use this drone forever. And that's what I've been doing. This drone has lasted me for over a year now. I fly it all the time and I still love it. It's my favorite drone out of everything. Now, for me, I decided that a 5-inch 6S drone would be the best. When I say this, I'm not saying start off on 6S on the 6S drone. I went through and bought a 4S battery and put it on the 6S. And it makes it so it's more relaxed and it doesn't have as much power. So I'm not going to go out and just destroy it on my first flight. Now your use case and however you want to use your drone all depends on what you're going to be doing. Now for me, I knew I wanted to do some freestyle flying, some cinematic flying. So I went with the 5-inch and that's what I've been using for over a year. Now that's my go-to drone because it's useful in almost every situation. I can do it for freestyle flying, I can go out and do some cinematic work. This drone gets the job done. Or you can go down to something like this. Now, you don't want this exact drone because it's not working, and on top of that, it's just a work in progress, so there's that. You can always use something smaller as a 3-inch drone, and if you think that you're going to destroy something on your 5-inch, then I would go for a 3-inch. You can always go for a Cinewhoop. You won't hurt anyone severely if you ram this into them. Now, a Cinewhoop is not the best, in my opinion, when you're starting out. You might just like the drone and it might be fun to fly, but you don't want to do cinematic work. You want to do some freestyle or more open air shots. And you can't do that with a Cinewhoop. Now the nice thing with FPV is that you can actually pick your budget because you can go anywhere from like $100 to anywhere by upgrading parts, tuning your drone to like $400 or $500. I don't know exactly how much I've put into this one, but it's seen better days. Now, if you get anything out of this video, then this would be it, because I've lost hundreds of dollars not future-proofing my drone. I bought some of the gear that I thought I would grow out of, which was my main mistake. Now, I went through and bought analog, and I knew in the future that I wanted to go to digital. My budget just wouldn't stretch to make it to digital. Because for a while, I was on analog, and it worked, and it was great. I knew that I wanted to upgrade, so what I should have done is just waited a little bit longer to get the parts that I really wanted, so then I could use those on all of my drones. Because I could have saved a couple $100 by getting the parts that I've wanted, and it keeps this drone future-proof. So I'm going to be using this forever. I knew beforehand that I wanted a radio that would last me for all of my drones, and it would work across everything. Now, future-proofing your drone is the first thing that you want to do. And that's what I wish I would have done. Now these are just my opinions, but I hope this can kind of give you guidance because I don't want you to make the same mistake as me. Now with that, you should be able to kind of choose what type of drones you like and what ones fit your needs the best. Now I'm Zane Shaw, and keep flying. Who wants to play some Jenga with FPV drones? This is kind of a dumb idea. Yeah, I'm gonna drop something. Okay.